Which equation will produce the narrowest parabola when graphed? Well, the parent function for all parabolas is f of x equals x squared, or in this case, y equals x squared, which happens to be letter E. It's the function which all other parabolas originate from. It passes through the points 0, 0, 1, 1, and negative 1, 1. So we'll take a look at each of these and compare them to that parent function. Starting with letter A, y equals 3x squared. So when you go from y equals x squared to y equals 3x squared, you're multiplying the y value, which is x squared because y equals x squared, multiplying the y value by 3. So take every point on this parent function. If you multiplied the y value by 3, it would stretch away from the x-axis, or narrow that graph up. So a stretch occurs when you multiply the y value by a number greater than 1. But that may not be the narrowest graph. Take a look at letter B, y equals 0.75x squared. So when you go from y equals x squared to y equals 0.75x squared, you're multiplying the y value by 0.75. When you multiply the y value by a number between 0 and 1, it's going to compress the graph down toward the x-axis, or widen that parabola out. Take a look at letter C, y equals negative 6x squared. So we have a negative sign and a 6. Imagine taking every point on this parabola. If you took the negative of the value of y, it would reflect that parabola over the x-axis. So that negative sign indicates a reflection over the x-axis, and that 6, again, indicates a stretch by a factor of 6. That graph is stretched away from the x-axis by a factor of 6, or narrowed up, even more narrower than y equals 3x squared. Take a look at letter D, y equals negative 0.75x squared. Again, multiplying by 0.75, that indicates a compression, compressing that graph toward the x-axis. The negative sign indicates a reflection over the x-axis. So looking at these, which is the narrowest graph? Well, you have two stretches that are taking place. That would make that parent function narrow up. Two stretches are the 6 and the 3, and the one that creates the narrowest graph would be this y equals negative 6x squared. Letter C.